Hello, everyone. Today we're here to talk about rainbow energy.
Why are we using the rainbow as a symbol in all of our posts and reels? And it is connected to the rainbow energy.
Yeah. Yeah, you may have noticed that we use the rainbow aesthetic for all of our carousels and as the intro and outro to all of our reels, and there's a specific reason for that. Mm.
I think it's mostly because we feel that rainbow energy is the kind of energy that uplifts us to the state of love where we feel connected to everyone, to all of the earthlings, not just to other human beings, but other than human beings. So this is the energy that drives us also to connect and share with you about earthlings and all
Mm.
the unseen beings.
Yeah, and if I didn't know about the rainbow energy, I would be really curious to know how that began, how we started, where did it come from?
That's a really good question because I was trying to recall the first point of connection with rainbow energy. And for me, it feels like that it's been a very important part of my journey. And I cannot recall the exact moment when I received that. It feels like something that came from higher dimensions, and I cannot recall the exact time when I got in connection with this energy, but I just started to use it and connect with it daily at some point. And I felt, or I received like a calling to share it with as many people as possible and anchor it in different parts of the world and also in the hearts of the people. So, but yeah, I don't know if you have a clear memory when we started to speak about it, at least.
Yeah, I believe the it started to be really present. Right now it's July of 2026, and we it started to be present in our ritual space, I think in November of 2025. So 8 or 9 months or something like that. And it's something that as soon as it started to come into your ritual space, it also started to come into my ritual space a bit. And then I believe you gave me an initiation for it. And at some point, it just really wanted to be known in our shared collaboration with Earthling. And so when we started doing more conscious posting, I think in the springtime, or I don't know if we started doing it before then, it was very clear that we wanted to have the aesthetic be the rainbow energy to kind of hold it. So yeah, how would we describe rainbow energy? What is rainbow energy?
Yeah, as I said, it comes from a higher dimension or higher layer of reality. And the most important thing to describe about rainbow energy is the unconditional love that it carries, and also the quality that it helps you when you connect with it to shift your whole being into this love filled state where you also feel this unconditional love towards your own self and different parts, but also towards any other kind of being.
Mm.
Like also feeling the oneness, like loving others is just like loving yourself. And the other aspect of this energy, what is important for me, that it brings a kind of expansion, the way we perceive our own possibilities in the world, like what we can envision for ourselves as future or as different settings in our life. For you, what is the most important aspect of this energy that keeps you in connection with it?
It's a lovely question. I believe it's how gentle the energy is and the capacity. I really agree with you. The feeling of harmony and kind of union that comes over me when I'm connecting to it. It's like a very clarifying and protective energy. And a lot of traditions talk about like the innate human essence being one of unconditional love, or the universe being an essence of unconditional love, and that we're a part of that and have access to that. And a lot of spiritual traditions are teaching about that. I would also add that in all of my experience doing ancestor work, and a lot of the ancestor work specifically that we've done together, um, living in the world, it can be easy to have this feeling that humans are inherently bad or harmful. But when we look into our lineages and do this deep healing work, and you go really far back in the lines, I've just witnessed so many times that actually we are really, truly, innately loving. And I think have a tendency towards working together and collaboration. But it's just that like something happened along the way that disconnected us. Or maybe some kind of darkness found its way in our lineages and disrupted that innate essence that we have. And rainbow energy, although it doesn't feel like it's necessarily here from Earth, it feels like it kind of very instantly returns me to that sense of ease and love and harmony in a way that is so gentle and so soft. I want to return the question to you. What keeps you connecting to it?
Yeah, it's for me also this gentleness and yeah, I've been working with different kind of energies in my energy healing practice, and it's like when you um, cook with different kind of salts, like every type is salt and salty, but there's those small nuances that you feel when you tap into these different energies. And what I really love is the gentleness and um, feeling being surrounded with this unconditional love, but also with the gentleness, there's a very um, strong power to transform anything
Mm.
into a more harmonious state, let it be energy or beings. And yeah, the capacity to embrace and accept what is happening and what is present, and give you support in the transformation part is what keeps me connecting. And just yeah, I also feel it's really energizing on the physical level to connect with this energy, and giving me a good mood anytime. It's just enough to think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I always say like the coping mechanism we have of scrolling on our phones whenever you and I spend time with the rainbow energy, afterwards I'm really good. I'm really just happy to be in my own presence, and it feels like yeah, the aftertaste is so beautiful.
Mm.
I feel like the rainbow energy is so powerful. And I mentioned capacity as one of the reasons I keep connecting. And in all my explorations of different kinds of energy work and spiritual work and ancestral work, anytime you come across something that's like deeply unwell or dark, it can be overwhelming. And whenever the rainbow energy is present, it really just feel like the energy kind of comes in with this magnetism and kind of like hugs whatever's happening in unconditional love. And it's this ultimate sense of safety that I receive.
Yeah, that's so true.
What does rainbow energy look and feel like?
Yeah, I think the look is quite obvious, like the rainbow, the all these beautiful colors that you see when you see the rainbow. Um, as I perceive it visually, for me, there's also a radiating light effect, but with all the colors of the rainbow. So it's for me at least, it's very beautiful to see that. And yeah, it has a warm feeling, but not too hot. I would um, describe it like a warm, gentle bubble bath that you can just sit in, take in what you really need, and feeling being cared and being loved with all the love that you can imagine or even more.
Yeah. Yeah, a hallmark of rainbow energy for me is this kind of magnetic feeling.
Mm.
Like the energy has this really strong resonance, again, that is so gentle. In energy work, there is always like a discerning question around how much can your nervous system handle and not wanting to blow out your nervous system. And although the rainbow energy feels incredibly clarifying and healing, it feels like something that you can't have too much of, or you can't blow out your nervous system because it is so specifically loving and gentle. It's almost like that lovingness makes it um, oriented to your nervous system in exactly the way your nervous system needs. I feel like there's some other quality that I want to mention. Oh, it's related to, you mentioned, it's something you talk about more, is how it is working on the nervous system specifically, or how you sense it working on the nervous system.
Mm. For me, it feels like a smoothing effect, like anything that is stuck in the nervous system, blockage or trauma. It's like the rainbow energy helping that to run out of the system in a very gentle way. So with other energies, I also witness people having hard time because it stirred up things in their system that was heavy for them to handle or even just to face with it that they still have it in there. And the rainbow energy has this effect of instantly transforming anything that it comes in connection with, to have this gentle bubble around, like protecting the thing itself and also protecting us from being affected too harshly if it's something that is heavy. And yeah, I always have the image of these like the soap bubbles with the rainbowy colors and the softness of these bubbles, but still being very strong and not that easy to destroy them. So it's like yeah, for me it feels like the ultimate possibility where I can ever turn to transform things that are affecting nervous system without causing any harm or any difficulty or discomfort.
Mm. Yeah, the quality you're describing in some ways reminds me of the way composting works, the way mushrooms work. It's almost like we've learned different forms of energy work, and there's like a specific way to go about energy work and energy clearing and all the different trainings we've done. But there's a way that rainbow energy is kind of like the mycelium coming in and kind of eating everything and then creating richness and nourishment from it, like a really rich nutrition. And this is not what we plan to talk about, but I do feel like kind of asking, in your opinion, how is working with rainbow energy perhaps different from some of the forms of energy that you've been initiated in or trained in? Because
Mm,
in my experience of doing psychopump work, there's often a very clear process of identifying what's coming up, where it comes from, how to clear it, cleaning up the residue, and then filling it with something more healthy and more well. But it kind of feels like the rainbow energy is doing that all at once in a way.
yeah,
And
exactly. Yeah,
yeah,
for me, it feels the same that you, yeah, you can name these different phases of how it works and comes in, cleanses the space. You can also use this energy to cleanse your own space just by calling it in, and it instantly cleanses and protects, and also transforms whatever you focus it. Um, and if you want to be really thorough, you can name these different phases, but every time I connect with this energy, I feel that it's already done. It's just like checking, like a double security, that is it really done, but it's not really necessary all the time.
yeah. So, how we experience rainbow energy and how has it helped us personally?
I experience it as something that comes from above, like from a higher dimension, that it really expands when it gets grounded and meets with the energy of the earth. And yeah, I just feel like an energy that easily goes through my system, and yeah, and instantly uplifts my whole self, like my mood, and gives me energy. In the past few weeks, I really started to start my day without even getting out of the bed, just to connect with this energy and ask like a blessing from this energy to my whole day. And whenever I forget to do so, I feel that there's something missing.
Mm,
So it helps me to get through the days every day, but also what I already emphasized, that lifts up my whole being and shifts my energy in a way that whatever I do, I don't need to think about what would be the best option, considering everyone involved, like all my relations. It comes naturally to me. It's like a supportive system that helps me connect also with other beings, like strengthening my channels of connection on the energetic level. And also, I feel held by this energy in a very beautiful and gentle way.
mm, yeah. The way it's helped me personally is I am personally processing a lot of material from my life and from my lineages. And it has been really supportive to help me metabolize all of that. I also have more of a watery constitution and am, yeah, learning a lot about energetic boundaries personally. And I feel like rainbow energy has really helped me kind of accept my constitution and make it into a strength, and also has just helped me with energetic protection and boundaries. Why is rainbow energy important? And when you were speaking about how it's helped you, I really was remembering how we're in a time where it feels like a lot's changing, a lot of energy is shifting, the world's changing, we're personally going through changes collectively, and it feels like it is such an efficient energy to work with. It's such a loving energy to work with that it feels like a really beautiful time on Earth to be integrating the energy into our day-to-day life. Why would you say rainbow energy is important?
Yeah, for me, it's a beautiful, supportive way to help people who doesn't have the experience of being loved um, unconditionally, and especially for those who've been through a lot of trauma and they are in the healing process. This energy gives them instantly this feeling, how it feels, the unconditional love itself when it's present with them, and helps them to grant themselves in a different way, to also help them to build loving relationships with others, humans and non-humans too. So I think it's like it could be like the missing um, ingredient for those who have lost even the memory or don't have the experience of unconditional love at all in their system. So they can connect with it directly and they don't need to search for it in different relationship settings where it might be not present. And it helps us to transform all the patterns that prevents us from living in this unconditional love state that I believe would be the innate state of humans. So I think it helps us to return and remember the way we are originally here on Earth.
Yeah. We're living in a time when there's kind of a reckoning going on for the corruption and exploitation, the overuse of resources, the exploitation of people, the violence on which a lot of our world is built upon. And many of the folks who are doing ancestor work are the first one in hundreds and sometimes thousands of years who are looking at their lineages and intending to account for what their people have done and what their people have experienced. It's kind of like we're living in a time when a lot of people are starting to do the shadow work for themselves and their people. And a lot of the ongoing harm that we see playing out in the world is a result of the backlog of pain and unmetabolized grief and rage and disconnection. And it feels like the rainbow energy is very supportive for this particular time that we're in.
If you are interested in the topics that we are talking about, please like and subscribe so you can receive all the information that we share.
Earthling is our project to support humans to find their right size with the rest of life and all of the Earthlings in the seen and the unseen.
Yeah, and for me, it also seemed like a channel where we can share with you all the information that we receive from our guides and all the wisdom and also like energies that we receive as tools to help other people manage their healing.
So if you're enjoying all of the things we're talking about, we would love for you to like, subscribe, and follow so that you can be kept in the loop on what's happening here at Earthling. Thank you for listening.